Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, archangels. So if there was something plugged in that doesn't need to be plugged in, let's let the angels unplug it. Okay, whatever that means. If that's one plug, great. If that's 10 plugs, great. Let's just unplug, and let's unplug from the outer. Let's unplug from responsibility. Let's unplug from anything that's on our mind, and let's with that action, let's plug into angel land. Let's plug into our highest possible selves. Let's plug into restoration. Let's plug into recovery. Let's plug into resilience. Let's plug into all the different positive R words and other letter words. And thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, archangels and ascended masters. Thank you to the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this moment right now, this opportunity right now, the pleasure of being present right now, the opportunity to let something different happen. We celebrate the possibility of greater grace. We celebrate the enjoyment already happening right now. We celebrate the angels being very present with us. So if we could just breathe in. And if we could notice whether you feel this, see it, hear it, or know it, the angels acting like soap bubbles around you in different sizes and different colors. If we could just breathe in, let's breathe into that energy, their infusion of your current atmosphere, them being right where you are right now. And whether it's just like a sliver of half of 1%, let's just notice, or something more overt, let's very simply just notice the angels are here. If we could just breathe in, and if we could say out loud, thank you, angels, for being with me. And let's very simply adapt ourselves to their presence, to their energy. And let's once again just lean back and just give them space. Wonderful. If we could let the soap bubble that is Archangel Ariel land in the center of your spine and create a renaissance of peace in your spine. If we could just breathe into that. So energy, angelic energy moving up your spine and down your spine from the center, from the back of the heart chakra. And if we could feel that perhaps as an electrical charge. Wonderful. Let's notice Archangel Michael as a bubble landing on the top of your head. And with the landing, let's notice that being a pause in him as the bubble going through your body. And as a soap bubble, let's let him cleanse and clear your thoughts, cleanse and clear your mechanism of senses, sight, sound, taste, and touch, and also everything that you haven't said, everything that you said, everything that was said to you. Let's let all those things cleanse and clear like soap, and going into your heart being cleaned and cleansed, your lungs, your ribs, and all the different organs, all those different systems of digestion, immunity, reproduction, respiration, circulation, muscular systems, structural systems. Let's notice everything getting a good clean. And if we could notice a bubble smiling, Archangel Michael smiling as he does this, he's saying it's not a favor. He's not doing you a favor. He's being of service. He's helping. If we could just feel the joy of that, the levity of that, sense of purpose with that. And if we could just breathe in his words, incredible goodness. Let's breathe into incredible goodness. And if we could notice the same way that Michael's saying he's not doing you a favor, he's being of service, let's notice the absence of convincing and just the opportunity to shift our gaze, to shift our awareness. As conscious adults, we'll just acknowledge all that has been acknowledged and happened in the last 24 hours and the months and months and years and decades before that. Let's notice right now the opportunity to not be weighted down, to not be encumbered by heaviness, but to enjoy the lightness that we've all experienced and letting that lightness turn into sparks of confidence, sparks of peace, sparks of recreation, sparks of love, sparks of harmony. The embrace of newness, perhaps new words coming to you, new songs, new sounds, new opportunities. If we could just breathe into all that, feel a lovely sense of flow. We'll notice, and let's notice the most positive way a collapse of old things happening, perhaps away from you, perhaps old structures. Let's notice that you're fine. Let's notice great things happening right now. And we'll just breathe into that. Wonderful. And we'll notice wonderful, enormous energies moving. And let's notice an enormous soap bubble, perhaps the size of the planet itself. Let's notice the earth being cleansed and cleared. Let's notice all the spaces that you love, be that a mountain formation, be that a cloud or a sky or a lake. Let's notice all these spaces, bird sanctuaries, birds, hummingbirds, squirrels. Let's notice everything having a good clean. And we'll just notice very simply how wonderful that feels, the evolution that is here. And we'll just breathe into all that. And we'll just breathe in. Let's very simply notice with all the different things happening, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Michael, the earth being cleansed. Let's very simply notice which angel, with which guide. If there's a default, it's Archangel Ariel. So just breathe in and notice which guide or angel is getting your attention and what they communicate to you right now. If we could just breathe in and just receive. And if we can notice Archangel Michael shifting form along with Ariel from the soap bubble to an angelic form, whatever that form is like for you, be that light, a silhouette, a physical form. Let's notice these transformed angels holding your hand. And if we could breathe in, and very simply like a transference, if we could just notice that they're helping you in every single way possible with communication, with individualization of energy, with opportunity, with pointing you in the quote unquote right direction, pointing you in the direction of flow and help and health, new opportunities, new jobs, new abundance, pockets of creativity. If we could just feel all that help and how healthy this help is. Healthy help. And if we could say to them in this moment, thank you. And if we could notice what it's like a dog shaking off water, if we could notice what it's like to perhaps even gently just shake off any lack of confidence, any constriction, any prescription which isn't accurate, self imposed or reflected to us or said to us. If we could just notice with great simplicity and great joy that we're not one thing, that we are diverse, we are dynamic and dexterous. If we could just breathe into all that. And if we could give ourselves, this is coming from Archangel Michael, give ourselves a new opportunity and a fresh start. If we could not constrict ourselves based on the past, based on patterns, if we could just breathe in and if we could say out loud, I'm brand new right now. I'm full of wisdom and faith right now. I celebrate having a good life right now. I acknowledge all of my feelings. I acknowledge all of my feelings. It's okay for me to feel good. Wonderful. If we could breathe in, they brought up her quote, but she's coming through herself. Let's notice the poet Maya Angelou coming forward. Her quote around anger is like a fire. It's helpful. We don't want to live there. We don't want to stay there. If we could just notice um, Maya as a guide coming forward, Miss Angelou. If we could just notice what she contributes to you with her presence, with her words, with energy. If we could just breathe in. And be it your experience coming into what we're doing right now, be that experience of joy, contentment, despair, stress, anger, frustration. If we could notice uh, Maya connecting with you in that exact space as the angels do, they meet us right where we are, no matter what is happening. And if we could just notice being seen, being heard, and everything expanding into a space where there's more room for you. So this reflects back to the unplugging we did initially. Let's notice what it's like also to be unfiltered. And perhaps if there's one main filter that vanishes, it's the filter of what's possible. Let's release the filter of what's possible. Let's let miracles be put on the table. Let's let positive personal revolutions, harmony, global change into harmony and peace and hope. We'll just put all these things on the table. And if we could just breathe and notice how your body responds to that. Just noticing how your spirit responds to that. And we'll just notice that it's okay to feel good. So if we could breathe in and feel this refreshment. So if we turn back to Maya with her dexterity of understanding and holding a space of great fulfillment, great accomplishment, and great joy, enjoying sunsets and sunrises and birds singing, if we could also see that she knew great despair and depression and things like that, if we could let her once again meet you right where you are and help. Just let her help. Be that with a headache, be that with frustration, be that being in a space of joy and lightness. Let's just let her meet you right where you are. We'll just breathe in and we'll notice the goodness that is here. And let's notice coming back to the soap bubbles, let's notice soap bubbles in your hands and on your hands being clean, your breath being cleansed. Let's notice anything that feels like debris being cleansed and cleared by soap bubbles of love, angelically directed. So anything that feels like it's out of place, let's notice there being an orderliness to it, including shifts of consciousness, of awareness, a respect and embrace of nature. Great things happening, great goodness, confidence and security for all, and great love happening right now. So if we could just breathe into all that. Wonderful. We'll notice as the squirrel forages in the background, let's notice the space right now. We don't need to forage, it's here. It's here. We could just breathe into that. And if we could notice a reorientation, we don't need to get ourselves off balance or out of balance, that in this space we're in right now, there's a lot of good. We've made room. It's very simple. Just notice all that is here right now. The presence of the angels, the presence of Maya, the presence of you, this conference of good, this configuration of good. And we'll just notice all that, all that, all that. And with loving peace, we'll say out loud to all of this, Maya, the angels, the soap bubbles, the possibilities, the confidence, the clarity, the feeling good. We'll say out loud to all of it, thank you. With generous, good, wonderful peace, outstanding love, and incredible clarity, we'll say this again, thank you. And if we could say out loud to ourselves and about ourselves and for ourselves, I'm fully alive right now. I'm alive and well in a world of good. And I choose to focus on the good. I exist fully right now. I'm foundationally sound and I embrace grace. Maya, thank you for understanding me. I honor you. Angels, thank you for seeing me and helping me. I honor you. Everything is on the table. I welcome miracles into my life. I'm so grateful for the miracles that have already happened. Thank you. With generous peace, perfect love, outstanding joy, and incredible grace, we thank the presence of Mother, Father, God, and all the archangels and ascended masters. We thank as well the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this opportunity for wonderful peace, perfect clarity, and outstanding joy. We're so grateful for all the good that is here, all the peace that is here, and all the love that is here right now. With wonderful peace, we quite simply and lovingly ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time. And so it is.